Today we're going to find out what the best big mana deck is in the history of Modern. And I'm Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and I'm going to be playing 12 Post from the original Modern Pro Tour way back in 2011. And it's a deck that's trying to make an absurd amount of mana by copying Cloud Post with Vesuva and then eventually casting cards like Primeval Titan and maybe some big Mama Emergles to win the game. And I'm going to be battling against Richard. Richard, what are you playing today?
All right, I'm playing the infamous Eldrazi Winter deck. Pro Tour Oath of the Gatewatch happened in 2016. We got released a bunch of new Eldrazi. This deck spawned from it. Six of the 8 decks in the top 8 of that Pro Tour were Eldrazi. 3 are this exact variant. Channel Fireball brought this deck, kind of broke the metagame. 2 months later, Eye of Ugin was banned. This was a very exciting time in Magic sets because back then Modern didn't change. Like every set,
It's
like
true.
you get like one playable card and it looked the same. But for the first time, we got a new deck and it crushed everyone. And it is called Eldrazi Winter because that's how miserable it was to play against. So I'm excited to see if it holds up. We have currently 2 banned cards in Modern in this deck. Eye of Ugin and also Simian Spirit Guide was part of this deck too to kind of just power out
Ooh.
early chalices and stuff.
I miss Simeon Spirit Guide. I guess actually I didn't mention that, but the history of my deck's kind of similar. It showed up in the top 8 of Pro Tour Philadelphia in 2011, and then they immediately banned Cloud Post in the next ban list update, and no one ever got to play it again. So it's been banned like 3 months into the life of Modern. So we're gonna see how this turns out. Before we jump into the game, a quick reminder: if you need any of the cards we play today, you can snag them from our sponsor Card Kingdom over at cardkingdom.com/MTGGoldfish. Anyway, let's get into the game. All right, so we are back here for game number 1. Richard won the die roll, so Richard, take it away.
All right. I'm excited, Seth.
I'm scared.
We're gonna we're
I've
gonna
seen
show
your
you a
deck
banned
before.
card right
Oh
off the
god.
bat. It's Eye of Ugin. So colorless Eldrazi spells you cast cost 2 less to cast. It does not tap for mana, and I can pay 7 and tap it to search for a colorless creature card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. So a soul land plus some late game insurance. And I'm not even gonna tap it. I'm gonna play Eldrazi Mimic because it has a 2 mana reduction. It's free. It's a 2/1 Eldrazi. When another colorless creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may change Eldrazi Mimic's base power and toughness to that creature's power and toughness until end of turn. You may go, Seth.
Ah, is that all? Just a free 2/1 on turn 1, eh? I will
I mean, that's
draw.
Ragavan stats. It's fine.
I will I will play my namesake Cloud Post, a land that we'll explain in the future when it does things. But the important thing is it comes into play tapped, and you can go.
All right. I will draw. We're gonna play Eldrazi Temple.
Oh.
That
Uh-huh.
adds a colorless mana, but it adds 2 colorless mana if you cast Eldrazi. So with these lands, I can cast a 4-drop Eldrazi, and I'm going to play Thought Not Seer, which is going to trigger Mimic. Mimic will become a 4/4, and I get to look at your hand, take a card from it, and then when Thought Not Seer dies, you draw a card. So you don't get the card I took, but you get a brand new card.
A fresh card. Yeah, I have no responses to that. So my hand, I have Ugin
Wait, you
Mountain.
have an Eye of Ugin.
I do. I do just one. And then Waller Roots through the breach.
Wait.
Cruel Signet, Green Sun Zenith.
What is this hand? You don't have a green source, so you can't even cast Wall of Roots?
I mean, I have a Gruul Signet that makes green mana. Please don't take that.
So if I take that, you can't cast your Green Sun Zenith or your Wall of Roots unless you top deck a land. All right. But Wall of Roots is a blocker. Same with I
It
just
is a
need you to
blocker.
fade on green. It's actually a pretty good blocker too because these are 4/4s.
It's
But
bigger than the Thought Knot, yeah.
we're just gonna take the Gruul Signet. We're gonna take the Gruul Signet.
All right, so that goes to exile. I will pick up my hand. All
So
right.
conveniently, Mimic is a 4/4 now. We're gonna smash for 4.
I will drop to 16.
You go, Seth.
All right, I will untap and draw.
Yo!
Forest off the top. We will tap that forest, and we're gonna play a little Wall of Roots. It's a 0/5 with Defender that I can add a -1, -0 counter on to make green mana only once each turn. The infamous between turn combo piece. You can go.
Always happens. You thought seize the card, and then they draw. This is it's kind of
This
fun.
deck doesn't have that many forests either. It was pretty lucky.
Okay, so here's a cute trick. So I play an Urborg, which is a land, which actually allows me to tap Eye of Ugin, as it's a swap. So Eye of Ugin actually makes mana now too.
So it like makes 3 mana now essentially for Eldrazi,
makes
which is
3 mana.
ridiculous.
Which is actually hilarious because I top decked that because I have this card in hand.
Oh no.
I'm gonna pay 1 mana. I'm gonna dismount. So I'm gonna pay 4 life, putting myself at 16 for the Phyrexian mana. I'm gonna give a creature a -5/-5, which kills your Wall of Roots.
I will let it die.
All right, so I will go to 16 life, and then I'm gonna tap Eye of Ugin for a black, tap Eldrazi Temple. That's 3 mana. I get a 2 mana reduction. I cast Reality Smasher. It's a 5/5 trample haste, and it becomes a target of a spell an opponent controls. Counter it unless they discard a card. A predecessor to Ward, Seth.
Yeah, early Ward.
Triggers Eldrazi Mimic. Eldrazi Mimic is a 5/5 now.
Wait, am I taking 14? Am I going to 2 on turn 3? No wonder this
you have 2 5/5s and a 4/4. So you're taking 14.
Okay, so I mean, I can't do anything about it, so I will go to 2.
You go to 2.
On turn 3. Fair magic. Fair magic.
This is not even the best hand, because the best hand allows you to like spam mimics on turn 1.
And you could have multiple mimics, yeah.
You could have multiple because they all get the reduction, right? So you can just cast as many as you want. Go ahead, Seth.
All right, comeback time here with our 2 mana. We will untap and draw. I mean, I'm just literally, yeah, I'm dead. I have a green Sun Zenith that I can get another wall, but that doesn't matter because I'm at 2. Yeah, I'm dead. Good game. Wow,
that was fast.
That's ridiculous.
This is Hogak level speed here, right? That's a technically turn 4. I need one more swing, but I got a Thoughtseize effect in the middle.
But and you could have, like, in theory, if you had 2 mimics in your opener instead of 1, you would have just killed me on turn 3. Like, you could have, like, the deck could do that, yeah.
Also, an endless one would do it too, because that'd just be a 2/2. that would give me the last 2 damage.
Yeah, there's a few combinations. Well, not the best start. Not the best start. All right, we're back here with game number 2 after getting thoroughly smashing game number 1. I'm going to be on the play. I kept a 7. Richard, I believe, went to 6, right?
I went to 6.
All right, and I will lead off. I'm going to play my namesake card, Cloud Post. So Cloud Post, it's a locust land. It comes into play tapped, and it taps to add 1 generic mana for every locust land that's in play. So right now, it taps for a single mana, but hopefully that'll change in the future, and you can go.
If I drew a certain card, my hand would be pretty good. I did not draw.
Thank goodness.
Eldrazi Temple, the Soul Land. Eldrazi Mimic. Looks a little bit like last game.
Looks familiar. Yep.
Go ahead, Seth.
All right, we're gonna untap and draw. Ooh, that is a good draw. So one of the tricks of this deck, unfortunately, there's only 4 Cloud Posts, but there is a Commander All-Star named Vesuva, which when it comes into play can copy any land on the battlefield. Comes into play tapped. I'm gonna play Vesuva. I'm going to copy a Cloud Post. So now I have 2 Locust lands on the battlefield. So each of these Cloud Posts tap for 2 mana. So I'm going to tap the Cloud Post, and I'm going to use that mana to cast a Gruul Signet, which can make a little green and red mana, and you can go. All right, we're off to a little bit better of a start this game compared to last game. Or you're off to a worse start, at least, slightly. This really is 2 ships passing in the night. You get a Thoughtseize, but I don't feel like we interact with each other much.
Eldrazi Temple. So I have access to 4 mana this turn. We'll kick things off by Thought Not Seer, trigger Mimic, becomes a 4/4. Look at your hand.
All right, so I have 3 lands, an Emrakul, and a Green Sun Zenith.
Do you have green mana? You have the
I
Signet.
have a Gruul Signet, yeah.
Okay, wait. How? So if you play the Vesuva, you have 3 Cloud Post thingies. You can generate 7 mana on your turn. What is Emrakul's casting cost? 15?
Emrakul is 15. 15 for
Okay.
Emrakul.
Okay. I think we're gonna take the Green Sun Zenith then and just hope
That is the more immediate problem, I guess.
just hope we don't actually see a hard cast Emrakul. 4 into the red zone.
All right, I will take the 4. I'm down to 16.
All right. Go ahead, Seth.
All right, deck. We kind of wanted that Green Sun Zenith. I will untap and draw.
Don't tell me
You know the
drew
thing
a
about
Green Sun
Thoughtseize
Zenith.
is,
No.
Richard.
No.
You know I gotta play Cruel Calls Heist instead of Thoughtseize because you can't Thoughtseize the top of the deck. I'm just going to play another Cloud Post, which now means each of my Cloud Posts will tap for 3 mana, which means they have 3, 6, 7 total mana. I'm gonna tap those for 6, those for 1 more, for 7. That gives me just enough mana to cast a Green Sun Zenith that I drew off the top of my deck.
Wait, that's prime
X
time.
equal to 6. Yes, that does.
Oh, my.
Perhaps. If this does this resolve, Richard? Does this resolve?
Yes. Wait,
All right,
what?
so I can get a Green
I
Sun
thought
Zenith,
you were gonna get a mana dork or something, but you actually can
No,
just get
no,
prime
no.
time. Oh
Green
my god.
on turn 3, yeah. So I get a green creature, mana value 6 or less. That's gonna be a Primeval Titan.
Jeez.
When Primeval Titan enters the battlefield, I get to search for 2 land cards and put them into play tapped and then shuffle. And now the trick here is I am going to not get Cloud Posts. No. We have many of those. I'm going to get 2 Glimmer Posts. Glimmer Posts are also Locust lands, but they say when they enter the battlefield, you gain a life for each Locust land you control. So I'm going to have 2 of those. I have 5 Locust lands, so I'm going to gain 10 life, and then I get to shuffle my Green Sun Zenith back into my deck, and I have a 6/6 Primeval Titan. And then I think that's all for this turn. That's all for now. You can go.
That's a great Thought Not Seer, guys. Wait, so
I did get a little lucky to top deck the second one.
so you're gonna actually hard cast Emrakul next turn? 10, 11,
right
12,
now-
13, 14? No, you're missing 1
Eight-
mana.
No. Each
Oh, wait,
Cloud
no, that
Post tap for
Vesuva's a
5
Cloud
now,
Post too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they each
15,
tap for
16,
5.
17, 18. You have 18 mana.
And I gained up to 26 life thanks to the
Okay.
Glimmer Posts.
Do we have an out here?
Can you beat the biggest Eldrazi Winter deck?
Also, your prime time blocks everything.
It is a 6/6, yeah. Your mama's coming for you, Mama Emrakul.
Okay. 4 mana.
Yep.
We are going to cast an endless one for 4. So
Okay.
it enters with X +1/+1 counters. It's a 0/0. So Mimic sees it. Mimic is a 4/4.
Sure.
We're gonna swing 8 into the red zone here.
All right, I'm gonna block the Thought Not Seer with the Primeval Titan.
Okay, we baited him. Because
Is
we're
this the
gonna
Dismember?
exile Simian Spirit
Oh
Guide
no!
for 1 mana. And then we're gonna pay.
No!
We're gonna
You
pay.
gotta be kidding.
We're gonna pay 4 life to shrink your prime time to a 1/1. These guys don't have trample. So I'm gonna go to 16.
Oh, Simeon's
Your prime
Spirit.
time's
I
gonna
did not
die.
see that coming. So I
So you
take 4 and lose my
you take-
prime time.
4. You're still above your starting life total. This is
I'm
great.
still at 22. Yeah.
Okay, but check this one, Seth. We're gonna play Ghost Corner.
Oh God.
This is
Okay.
before wastes, right? You don't have a waste? Oh, maybe you play Forest though. Okay.
Yeah, there
I'm
are
gonna-
basics, but
I'm gonna kill one of your Cloud Posts and you can search for a basic.
all right. So my Cloud Post will die. I do have basic Forest in my deck, so I'll get a Forest. Does that
8,
keep me
9,
from doing
10,
my thing?
11.
8, 9,
You can
10,
only
11.
make 12 mana, right?
Yeah, I think I'm a little short, but I could draw another
8,
Cloud
9,
Post.
10, 11,
Wait.
12. Yeah, you're only at
Uh,
12, but if you draw another post, then I'm getting Emrakuled.
Is it my go? That was
It
an
was your go.
impressive turn, actually. I
You're at
thought you were just
22 though,
straight up,
Seth.
but I
The
thought you were
game-
just straight up dead. You're putting up a fight. I didn't expect that. Oh, well, okay.
No. No.
Uh, so here's the thing about the Green Sun Zenith. When you cast it, it shuffles back into your deck. So I'm gonna tap. Let's see. So these tap for 4 now. So 4 mana, 8 mana, 9 mana. It's a little bit more than I need. I'm gonna cast a Green Sun Zenith.
Okay.
I'm going to
Resolves.
get another Primeval Titan.
Okay,
And
great.
that Primeval Titan is going to get, let's see, we're gonna break it up here. We're gonna break it up this time. We're going to get a Glimmer Post, and since we're an Eldrazi deck, we will also get our Eye of Ugin. So Glimmer Post,
Okay,
when it comes into
great.
play, we're going to gain 5 more life because we still have 5 Locusts now. And we also have the Eye of Ugin now. And then you can go. So I go back up to 27. So kill me from 27, Richard, or meet your demise next turn.
Judge!
Emrakul is coming.
Your Primeval Titan is not legal. That's not from 2011. That's from Keldine. I don't believe that's a legal card in this format.
Maybe I should have gotten the original version.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna draw. Oh, okay.
27.
Okay, now. So Emrakul's definitely coming down.
Oh, it's coming. We get the
Emrakul
cost
takes a
reduction
turn
from-
immediately, right? So I think
I get the next turn. You not steal your next turn, or take an extra turn rather.
okay. So I'm gonna pay 3 mana. Or 4 mana. Like, it doesn't really matter. Reality Matter Reshaper. So it's a 3 mana 3/2. When it dies, reveal a top card in my library. You may put that card onto the battlefield if it's a permanent with mana value 3 or less. Otherwise, put it in your hand. Mimic triggers. Mimic is a 3/2 now. We send in.
If you have a second sim, how many cards you got in hand?
I got
2,
1
right?
card.
Okay.
I
I
got
think we're
1
safe to
card.
block this Thought Knot Seer now. I'm gonna block the Thought Knot again.
Okay.
With my
You know what's funny,
Primeval
Seth?
Titan.
You know what's funny?
No.
I'm gonna show you my hand because I'm gonna die anyway. It is a Dismember, but
Don't it-
mana.
You're just.
I don't have the mana for it because I needed to use it.
the
Okay,
Ghost
so
Order, yeah.
what did you block here?
So I'm gonna block the Thought Knot Seer and then
Okay,
take
so
7.
you get
7
a
this
card and
time.
take 7. You're at 20.
All right, so I'm all the way back down to 20. You've done it. You got me back to my starting life total, and then I draw a card because of the Thought Knot Seer,
okay.
and then I untap and hopefully murder you. We will see. We're gonna untap here, and we'll draw for a turn. And oh well, I guess we do that too. So I'm gonna play a Vesuva. It's also going to copy Cloud Posts. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Locust lands. So this Cloud Post is going to tap for 6. This Vesuva Cloud Post is going to tap for 6. These Glimmer Posts are each going to tap for 1. 6, 6, 1, 1, 1. That adds up to 15 colorless mana.
You
And
only
with that
needed
mana-
13 though. You have Eye of Ugin.
Oh, that's right. I don't even have to tap these because I have the Eye of Ugin too. I have the 13 mana Emrakul. All right, Emrakul, the Eon's Torn. 15/15. Can't be countered. Take an extra turn after this one when you cast it. Flying, protection from colored spells, Annihilator 6. If it dies, you shuffle your graveyard back in. Does it resolve?
It can't be countered. But yes.
Just check it. I'm going to attack you with this Primeval Titan. And when that attacks, oh god, I guess I'll Vesuva Glimmer. I don't think any of this actually matters.
Okay.
I will Vesuva Glimmer Post and Vesuva Glimmer Post. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I will gain 16 life.
You go to
go up to
36.
36.
I go to 10.
And then I will just. I mean, I guess we might as well cast this too. I have the mana, so I'm gonna use my Gruul Signet and this Forest to cast a Wall of Roots, and then I'm gonna tap this Glimmer Post, and I'm going to put a counter on my Wall of Roots to cast a Overgrown Battlement. which is a land that taps to make a green mana for each creature with Defender I control. None of this actually matters because I'm going to take my extra turn now. I'm going to untap with 30-some mana here. We will draw for our turn. We'll play Dryad Arbor as our land for the turn, which I'm not sure why that's in the deck, but yeah, that's fine. And then we're going to go to combat. We're going to
Emrakul have Annihilator?
Emrakul has Annihilator of 6.
Okay,
6.
look. There's hope.
How many
Seth, because
permanents we got?
I got 5, but I can flip something off Matter Reshaper to dodge the Flawless. Okay?
You could.
So we sack
Come on,
everything.
no. Something big.
Yes.
Oh, it works. It
Yes.
avoids the Flawless.
Yes. And I can even absorb 2 damage off prime time here.
But 15
and then die
so I hit
to
you for
15 in the air. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think you got it.
Okay.
I think you got 30 mana compared to my 4.
So I have a question for you, Richard. How do you think Cloudpost compares to Tron? Like, Tron is one of the big mana decks that still exists sort of in Modern. Cloudpost is just way stronger, right?
I'm pretty sure Cloudpost is way stronger.
Yeah, that's my perception, because you don't need specific lands. You just need Cloudpost, and then you can copy it a bunch of times.
I
When Tron,
wonder
you
what's
need
more
3 different lands.
consistent, though, if you compare Amulet Titan to Cloudpost.
Actually, when I was looking at this deck list, one of the things that crossed my mind was this deck probably should just play Amulet. And I think it was after Amulet was printed, but I think it's before we realized Amulet was busted, because like all the Cloudpost lands come into play tap, Primeval Titan lands come into play tap. So I think if people had 2024 knowledge when they were building this 2011 deck, I think it would probably play Amulet. All right, so we are going to do some sideboarding. It's 1-1. We're heading to game 3, our first sideboarded game. My sideboard plan, pretty simple. I don't have a whole lot in my sideboard, so I'm just going to bring in 2 copies of Dismember, and I'm going to cut Terastodon and Secure Tribe Elder, which were kind of one of Green Sun Zenith targets that I don't think are super important in this matchup. Richard, what are we doing with the Eldrazi Winter sideboard?
All right. Nothing I want to bring in, but cards I want to take out. So 4 Chalices, kind of useless. It's for Chalice on 0 and 1, but I don't think that really affects your deck. And then Ratchet Bomb, I don't even know why this is here, but it really does nothing against your deck. And then Spellskite, you don't play much interaction, so I don't feel like I need to protect my Eldrazi. And all I had was 3 Gut Shots for some reach, kill Amanda Dork, Oblivion Sowers because it's just a big body, and 1 Warping Whale, which could kill a Mana Dork or counter a Green Sun Zenith. So nothing exciting, but these cards kind of suck, so we're taking them out and then just bring in more kind of mediocre cards.
I'm actually a little scared of the Oblivion Sower. I imagine you stealing a bunch of my Cloudposts or whatever would probably be really good. All right, so we are back here. Game number 3, all tied up at 1-1. First sideboarded game. I won the last one, so Richard, I think you're on the play.
Eldrazi Temple.
Do you ever not have a soul land, Richard? Just one game. One game with no soul land.
I'm pretty sure you're supposed to mulligan for it, but I have 7. I didn't even have to mull. Eldrazi Mimic. Go ahead, Seth.
I did mull down to 6 this game because my first hand had 3 Emrakuls. I will draw for my turn. I'll just play Cloudpost and then pass the turn.
Why do you always have a Cloudpost? Why can't that be like a Glimmer Post?
That is true. I did mulligan for it a little bit, but
well, we're gonna be kind of sad, I think. Are we sad?
The slow Eldrazi start.
Are we sad? Does an Urborg somehow help you? It probably does. We don't need to give you an Urborg. I'm gonna play Beautivault. I'm gonna play Beautivault in case he draws like Eye of Ugin or something and then does something.
It does, yeah.
We're just gonna hit you for 2. The saddest Mimic we've seen. The saddest.
I'll take the sad Mimic down to 18.
Pass the turn.
Oh, that was not the most explosive start I've seen your deck yet. Well, you hit me for 2. I guess I will play a Glimmer Post with 2 Locusts and gain 2 to go back up to 20. So I'll go back up to 20. Now my Cloudpost will tap for 2 manas. So I will use those 2 manas to play a Gruul Signet, and then you can go.
All right. Untap Mimic. Oh.
That good or that bad? Oh,
why can we have drawn this earlier? All right. I think we are going to play our Eye of Ugin, which would have been great the previous turn. But we just top deck that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh no, Reality Smasher? That's a lot of
Hello,
damage.
Reality Smasher.
Oh,
Eldrazi Mimic becomes a 5/5. Hit you with
yeah.
it.
I will take 10 down to 10. And that means you're
Um,
maybe presenting lethal next turn?
go ahead.
Okay. I was hoping to have a little more time to set up here. I will untap and draw. That's a little expensive. All right. So this is not ideal by any stretch, but I'm gonna play a Glimmer Post. So I'm gonna gain 1, 2, 3 life because I have 3 locusts now. So I'm gonna go up to 13. And then so this can tap for 3.
Or
1 and
5.
1. So I
That's
have
not
5
prime
mana
time mana.
altogether. It is not, unfortunately. So I think what we have to do here to not, hopefully not die. So this taps for 3, 4, and this will be 5 with 1 green mana. I'm going to cast a Green Sun Zenith with X equal to 4 this time. But I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to get an Oracle of Moldiah. So
Oh.
Oracle lets me play an additional land on each of my turns. I get to play with the top card of my library revealed, and I play lands off the top of my library. So I think I'm just gonna hope to maybe hit another like Glimmer Post or Vesuva off the top, or survive and then have more mana next turn. So we will see. So we get our Oracle. Top card of our library is a Grove of the Burn Willows, which is not a Glimmer Post, but I will
Wow. You're running Punishing
play
Fire,
it.
Grove of the Burn Willows?
There's
That's some
Punishing
old
Fire in
school
the
tech.
sideboards, yeah. I have Punishing Fires. I don't even think they're worth bringing in, though. Eldrazi are
No,
so
it
big. Would
kills
you bring in
nothing.
Punishing Fires against them? Yeah. Ooh, okay. Well, so that's my turn. There's a prime time on the top of the deck. If I get to another turn, you can go.
So can you currently prime time 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yep, 7?
Yeah,
Okay.
I currently can.
Great.
Hold a Oracle of Moldiah. This kind of feels like a commander deck almost, minus the prime times.
1, 2, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we just gotta keep you off prime time.
Oh, are you gonna Ghost Quarter me?
I Ghost Quarter you. I could also try exiling cards, but I really want to land up there. Too bad I don't know what the second card under prime time is.
Oh.
I have
I mean,
Obliviosaur
you
on the
go 4
sideboard,
deep, right? Your odds of hitting 1 are
but
pretty
your lands, a lot of them enter
decent.
tapped, so that seems
Oh, that's
extremely
true.
risky. Um,
I mean, you get rid
okay.
of the prime time
I
off
think
the
we're
top.
gonna do this. I think we're gonna do this. We are going to Thought Not Seer you. Well, I don't know why I tapped Ayamugan, so I only tap Eldrazi Temple. So Mimic will get the trigger, become a 4/4, and I will look at your hand and take a card.
All right. A Forest, a Gruul Signet, an Ulamog, and an Emrakul.
Okay, so we're gonna take. There's no way you can get them. Okay, we're gonna take the Gruul Signet. We're gonna take the
Yeah,
Gruul Signet,
makes sense.
and then I am going to pay 1 mana and 4 life to Dismember Oracle.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna
Ooh.
go to
Ooh, ooh,
16.
ooh, ooh. That's wait, am I dead? I'm not dead.
No, because you're just taking 9.
All right. So Oracle dies. I will take 9. Oh, so I drop to 4.
Okay, and then now we play the Ghost Quarter, and I
Oh.
Ghost Quarter your Cloud Post. So if you fail to search because you want to keep prime time, you only have 4 mana and you go to 5. So if you want
Yep.
your land, you got to shuffle that prime time away.
Hmm. Yeah, I think you might have me, but I think I have to. So Cloud Post is gonna die for sure. If I choose to keep prime time, I'm dead for sure. So I have to. Yeah, I have to let
You
it
have
go.
to get a land and then hope you top deck a prime time and then double Glimmer Post or
Basically.
something.
All right. So I'll get a forest. I will shuffle. and pray to the magic gods that we shuffle back
Okay,
into.
we've been so scuffed by the top of your deck so far. Like
I
Thoughtseize,
have been
you
running
get it.
hot.
Like no, you got it. You no way, no way. Just show
I
me
mean,
another Emrakul on top.
you know my hand. You know this
Oh,
is
you know what I
what's
should have
left in my
done?
hand.
I should have ghost coded you first so I could see the top card of your deck before
Oh,
before I
to know,
discovered
yeah.
you. Not that it matters in any way, because I can't do anything about it. But
All right, well, we're gonna find out. You know my hand. I'm dead on board. I will untap, and we're just gonna spin it to win it. I think it's got to be literally prime time, and even that might not do it. It is a Beast
Beast Within.
Within.
Does
What does
that
Beast
save
Within
you?
do? So Beast Within can kill something. The problem is I'm at 4. So I
still
think
have a
okay, here's
Mutavault. Yeah.
oh. So here's what I have to do. I don't think this saves me. I just want to cycle this Beast Within by killing your Thought Knot to see if I draw a Glimmer Post. I don't know if that matters, but I'm gonna blow up the Thought Knot, and it's a Through the Breach, so it doesn't matter. I will concede.
But my Beast Within. Okay.
That Eldrazi deck's pretty good.
The funny thing is, it's so efficient. It has so many random hate cards. So I'm running Dismember, and then I have Chalice and Ratchet Bomb main deck plus Ghost Quarters, right? Which I took off some of those cards because they don't really help this match, but you just have room for like all these random hate cards against whatever's meta at the time.
I'm curious. I'm trying to remember what the meta was like. Yeah. So one of the weird parts about Eldrazi Winter, so we just had Pro Tour Nadu. At Pro Tour Nadu, everyone knew Nadu was going to be the most played deck going into it. Like there was no debate about it. Everyone knew. At Pro Tour Oath of the Gatewatch, where Eldrazi Winter came about, Eldrazi were like a rogue deck. It was like, I'm looking at the metagame breakdown now. It was a 1, 2, 3, 4th most played deck. So maybe rogue is a bit of an exaggeration, but it was not the most played deck or even like a tier 1 deck. It was a deck only a couple of teams had. Number 1 was Affinity, and then Burn, and then Infect. So in that context, I guess Chalices makes a lot of sense. Chalice are really good against Burn
Chalice
and
Ratchet
Infect.
Yeah.
And Ratchet Bomb's also good in those matchups. So those cards look weird today, but at the time, they were really good. All right, back for game number 4. I'm going to be on the play this time since Richard is up 2-1 and beat me last round. And I will just lead on the Cloud Post, and you can go.
I want to say how disgustingly consistent this deck is because like all my hands kind of look the same. Like almost every single hand has looked the same.
This
This
deck's a little like that. Oh god. Mimic. Oh,
Mimic?
come on.
Only one Mimic though, Seth. You
Only
haven't seen
one,
the nut.
okay.
You haven't seen the nut draw, like multiple Mimics or an endless one on turn 1. Go ahead, Seth.
All right, we're gonna untap and draw. We will just play. We're gonna play Grove of the Burn Willows. I'm going to tap it for a green mana. When Grove of the Burn Willows is tapped for a color of mana, red or green, your opponent gains a life. So you're gonna go up to 21.
Yes.
And then I will use that to cast a Wall of Roots, just in case you try to sneak in with a Thought Nazi or something, and then you can go.
Okay. Draw. How does this help me? Does this help me? Eldrazi Temple, Seth?
Your hands all do look the same. They really do. They're all exactly the same. Is it?
It's actually kind of funny because I could just mull away the
here?
dead cards. Yeah, because like there are like some dead cards that I don't want, right? So you just mull them away into like the same hand. Unfortunately, you can block the Thought Knot Seer. The Mimic is a
Ooh.
4/4, but you don't know if I'm
Technically,
running
you don't
Gut
have
Shot
to-
or not.
Technically, you don't have to tap the Ayabu again, but
Yeah, no,
Thought
I
Knot's
cannot tap the
Seer.
Ivy again, actually.
All right, I have Glimmer Post, Forest. This is unfortunate. You're lucky that you you cast that. I have an Emrakul, Through the Breach, and a Dismember.
So we will take Through the Breach.
All right, so the Breach will go to exile.
Okay, we're going to swing to see if you want to block. 4/4.
Yeah. How many cards you got? Now I'm
4.
scared. Well,
4.
well, no. Why am I scared? Because if you had Dismember, you could have just killed it. Okay, I'm gonna. Oh, but you brought in Gut Shot. If I lose this to a Gut Shot,
I have
all
Gut
right.
Shot.
God,
If
dang
I
it. You
recall
do have Gut
correctly, it was
Shot.
in the top 8. I think LSV won with a Gut Shot. Like one
I
to the
remember.
face.
Yeah, I kind
I
of
remember
remember
correctly.
that too. Oh, I don't want to get got by gut shot. That's so embarrassing. I'm gonna block it. No fear. You don't have it. You would have mulliganed. You would have scryed it to the bottom. I don't think you can keep that
All
on
right.
wall.
All right. You win, Seth. Look at this trick, though. Endless one for 2 using
Ooh.
Eye of Ugin.
For free for 2. Yeah,
For
that's pretty
free
good.
as a 2-drop. Here goes, Seth.
All right. We will untap and draw. Play a Glimmer Post, which will gain me 2 life because I have a Cloud Post. So I'll go up to 22. And I guess that's all I got. You can go.
Okay, that's good. That's good. No ramp.
Yeah, no ramp, nothing exciting. Kind of wanted that through the breach. Endless one.
My hand is so good if it like just sequenced in a if I just drew all these cards in a different manner, we'd be balling. I play Blinkmoth Nexus. It can turn into a creature land. Or it is a creature land. It can turn into a 1/1. So I have 5 mana.
Yep. You
Uh
got Smasher too.
Reality Smasher.
It's a Smasher.
So Mimic becomes a 5/5. We are going to send with the team.
All right. So I'll just tap this for a colorless mana, so you don't gain life, and then I will spend 1, 2, 3, 4 of my precious life to dismember the Thought Not Seer, please.
18. So you
And
go
I
to
dropped
18.
to 18.
You're gonna get a draw card when Thought Not Seer dies.
Yep. How about another Dismember? Not exactly. All right, and then Wall of Roots will go in front of the Endless one, and I'll take 10.
So greedy. Okay.
So we're gonna go to 8.
We need the mana. So you take 10, you go to 8. And guess what,
Yep.
Seth? I have no available mana. No problem. Eldrazi Mimic. It costs 0.
Still. What do you got? 1 card left now?
I have 1 card left, Seth. I
The
mean,
only good news is
I
once
can't
the
pump it
Mimics-
necessarily, right? Yeah, it's a
once you're out of
2/1.
cards, they get a little less scary. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's a big board. My go?
Yep. 1, 2,
Alright, we will
3. I
untap
guess
and
if you
draw.
draw.
I'm gonna play a Forest as my land for the turn. So it steps for 2. 1, 2. Colorless. 3, 4, 5. Counter on the Wall of Roots is 6. And yeah, I did find a prime time. So I'm gonna play Primeval Titan. When it enters, I get to tutor up 2 lands. I am just gonna go double Glimmer Post. So we're gonna get a Glimmer Post and a Glimmer Post. I think it's better with Glimmer Post just to get you might as well get the real ones and save the Vesivas because you might want to copy Cloud Post with them. So double Glimmer Post. So I'll go back up to 16.
How much life gain? These Soul Sisters?
Basically, Eldrazi Soul Sisters.
What if you just played it with a new Sorin? Just like dome people for 8.
That might actually, you might actually be able to kill people. You can go. I think I gained 16 at the most with this deck so far. Sorin combo kill.
Draw Urborg, which is the exact card
Ooh.
we needed. So 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna pay 6.
Oh no.
Last card in hand.
Oh,
Is Oblivion Sower. So 2 Mimics will trigger. So these are all 5/5s here.
All right, hang on.
Oh, this is a 5/8. Sorry.
Yeah, hang on. 1, 2. All right, so I'm going to add another counter to my Wall of Roots to make a green mana, and I'm going to cast another Dismember. The question is, do I hit a Mimic or the Reality Smasher?
So you need to discard a card if you hit Reality Smasher.
Yeah, it's got the ward. I'm gonna hit the Reality Smasher, and I will discard a Grove of the Burn Willows. And I will drop to 12 because of Dismember damage or life
You're
loss.
banking on me not top decking another creature, huh?
That's the hope. That's the hope.
So Oblivion Solar trigger. You exile the top 4 cards of your library. I can put any number of lands that player controls onto the battlefield.
All right, here we go. Gruul Signet. Green Sun Zenith.
No.
East Within.
No.
Gruul Signet.
Seth! I just wanted one untapped land for my Blink Moth.
Nope, can't help you. Well, you exiled those 4 cards quite expertly, I will say. Wow, that's a low roll. I guess I do have a lot of tap lands, but still, 0 lands is a low roll.
I think we dead now. Because I have no cards in hand. You can block and kill. You can just double Vesuva or something, gain like 1 billion life next turn.
All right.
Okay. So these are these don't die. These don't die because they're
they don't
5/8s.
die, yeah.
They're
sadly.
5/8s. They're 5/8s.
Wow.
2 5/8s
will-
and a 2/2.
So block Primeval Titan in front of a Mimic, and then the 3 Toughness Waller Roots in front of the Endless one, and take 5. So I go back to 7. We will untap.
You got Prime Time.
We got Prime Time. We don't have that much mana.
You can gain
though. We only have
12
one Cloud
again?
Post. Oh, actually,
You
we might
gain
have
12.
more mana than I think. All right. Let me think on this. So I have Cloud Post, 3 Glimmer Posts. This taps for 4 right now. 4 Primeval Titan, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
So Emerald's 50.
This is
right? You're short 3.
Yeah. Emerald's 15. This is actually hilarious, though. I'm gonna go to combat. I'm gonna attack with Primeval Titan. I will
We're gonna
tutor
block
out.
with the 5/8.
You may block with the 5/8. I'm gonna get another Glimmer Post and a Vesuva to copy the Glimmer Post. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Locust lands. So I'm gonna gain 12.
Great.
So I'm gonna go back up to
Go to 19.
Back up to 19.
God.
Yeah, kind of ridiculous how much life you gain once this gets going. And then post combat, check this out. This is actually hilarious. I think you might have been hoisted by your own petard here, Richard. So post combat, you take 0 damage. So we have 6 Locust lands. So my Cloud Post taps for 6. Then I have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I can add a counter to Wall of Roots. That's 12 mana. But Emrakul, of course, costs 15 mana. Whatever will I do? I'm going to play Eye of Ugin. Eye of Ugin reduces the cost by 2, so that makes Emrakul cost 13 mana. But wait! There's an Urborg, a 2-move
Seth, I
Yawgmoth
like to
on Richard's
concede
side
off
of the
the stack here.
battlefield.
To remove 1 mana.
So I can do the trick that Richard's deck is built to do, which is I can tap my Avugan for mana, which actually gives me exactly enough to cast this 13 mana Emrakul, take an extra turn, and I hope win the game during this extra turn. I imagine. I get
Just Annihilator 6 Seth and a 15
Yeah,
flyer.
I get to untap and draw. I mean, you're not literally dead,
I'm
right?
not technically dead.
I'll play, just so we do this technically the correct way, I'll play an Oracle and Moldiah using these lands to see what's on top of my deck. Oh. That's another Emrakul. So I will go to combat. I will swing with a Primeval Titan and an Emrakul.
1, 2,
I will
3.
Vesuva
4,
on
5, 6. Look, I'm sacking the Urborg, so you can stop those shenanigans. And I'm
It
gonna
might
block
be-
Prime Time.
You can block the Prime Time. I'm gonna copy again the Glimmer Post, so I'm gonna gain 8
Thank you.
times 2, so I'm gonna gain 16 this turn. I went from like very close to dead to 37 life in 2 turns.
Wait, you're at 19 plus 6, so 35.
Or 35 life rather. Yeah.
And then I
So
go
I go
from
to
a nice
35.
healthy 21 to minus 15. So I go to 6.
And you're a little light on permanence, I might say. So 1, 2, 3. I don't think I can actually finish you off this turn, sadly. Steps are 8. You know, I'll just play this Wall of Roots. I might as well. You know what? I'll even be nice. I will let you gain a life, Richard, with my Grove of the Burn Willows to cast this Wall of Roots. And then you can go.
You know what's funny? You can actually do this trick because you can run Yavimaya in 2024.
That is
that's a green
true.
source.
It would make
for you,
this deck so much better. Yeah, I might be so good in this deck.
Ghost Corner, and then I scoop. I'm dead.
Wow, looks like we're going the distance on to game 5. But Richard's on the play. On to game 5. Richard's on the play. Eldrazi, winter me, Richard. Eldrazi, winter me.
Okay. So I'm gonna Ayavugan. And then I'm going to Endless One. I don't even know if this is right. Maybe I should just sandbag this to try to cast it as a 6-drop. You gain so much life. I don't know if this is worth it, but 2/2. Your go.
All right. Yeah, I don't know if that's worth it or not. I'm going to play a Grove of the Burn Willows as my land for the turn. I'm going to tap it for a green, so you get to gain a life up to 21. And I am going to do the play that is apparently why Green Sun Zenith is banned in Modern. I'm going to cast Green Sun Zenith, X equals 0. And you might be thinking, why would you ever want to get a 0? And the answer is Dryad Arbor. Dryad Arbor, it's a 0-mana creature, also happens to be a land. So basically 1-mana rampant growth, kind of, except you get the downside that your land's a creature and dies to gut shot, which you could have in your hand, and that would make me sad. And you can go.
All right.
No gut shot. No gut shot. Don't do it, Richard. Don't do it. No, is that Eldrazi Temple?
That's an Eldrazi Temple. Let's take a little peek at your hand here with the thought knobs.
Well, I told you this was one of the more unique hands. So, all right. We have Emrakul, Through the Breach, 2 Beast Withins, and a couple of lands.
Okay, we're gonna take Through the Breach.
You sure you don't want one of the Beast Withins? Like that can blow up your thought, not Richard. Just saying, it'll go from
I'm happy to spend
3/3.
your turn cycling. Yeah.
Okay.
But
that makes sense.
I'm gonna offer up the trade, a 2/2.
I will take the 2.
Not even a trade, a chump,
down to
a chump
18.
block. But fear not, Seth, because
Yeah,
Simian Spirit Guide,
okay.
add a red mana, dismember Dryad Arbor.
Oh,
so
nice.
I
well, at least you take some damage.
To 17, and it's not relevant. Seth, you hit me for like 50 at once, annihilate your 6.
Yeah, that's also true. Well,
go ahead.
That makes my game plan a little worse.
All right, so you can't Beast Within this turn.
Untap and draw. Oh yeah, this is looking bad. Glimmer Post, gain 1. I will go up to 19.
19.
And you can go.
Okay. Well, this is so fair, Seth.
Yeah, we're off to the fairs. I mean, you did dismember my Dryad Arbor. I was trying to be a little less fair, but how about no follow-up? Maybe. Wastes, okay.
So wastes. And then we hit for 6.
I will drop to 13.
I'm going to play an Eldrazi Mimic for free.
Yeah.
And then last card in hand, Matter Reshaper. I'm going to pay 1 mana for it.
Oh, that is a big, scary board.
Okay. That's it. That's it,
So
Seth.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You hit me for 11 next turn? Ugh. I will untap and draw. I will play. Oh, this is looking so bad. I will play another Grove of the Burn Willows. And I will pass the turn.
Reality Smasher, please.
Please don't draw a Reality Smasher. I think I'm literally dead. Dryad Arbor's so bad. Don't be touching that mana. I don't want to see any of that mana being tapped.
I movie costs 7 to activate. It doesn't get a reduction.
No, thankfully.
I can't even use this as a soul land for it because it's a legendary land. It's not an Eldrazi. Oh, okay, that's not happening anytime soon. Swing for 11.
I think this is really weird. I think I actually have to. I think the only like somewhat realistic shot is for me to blow up my own land. So I'm going to. I didn't even get a beast token because I didn't even consider the fact that I might wanna blow up my own land. But I'm going to cast a Beast Within. I'm going to target this.
Would you like to target Matter Reshaper?
We're going to go Grove of the Burn Willows. So I'm going to blow that up. The upside of blowing it up is I get a 3/3 Beastie token. So I'll make a 3/3 Beastie. And I will block the Mimic. And take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 down to 4.
So 6 plus 3, 9. You go to 4?
Yeah, I'm at 4.
Mimic.
Oh, come on. I just blew up a land to kill one of those.
I mean, you can do it again. You can play a land.
Yeah.
You can add 2 blocks.
Well, I drew a land. I'll play the land. I'm at 4. Yeah, here you go.
All right. Just any Eldrazi off the top, please.
Do I
I can
even
cast them
do I
all.
just
I have enough mana to cast all of them. Okay, I lied. I can't cast all of them.
wait, so 1, 2.
Uh,
Even if you don't play an Eldrazi, you're
so you
you're
block
2 power
2, you
creatures,
take
right?
4 from the mimics? Or
Yeah, so I think even if I beast within my own land or beast within one of your things, I guess
you
I
beast
will.
this, you block this, no, you're still dead.
I think no matter how I do it, I end up dead. I'll beast within the thought not and draw. Yeah, it's just another land. Oh, what an awkward ending. So I actually drew into another through the breach. So if I had had like one more turn of setup, I think I would have got you in through the breach. But yeah, that's problem with Dryad Arbor. It's a land that dies to dismember and
I
gut
drew an
shot.
Oblivion Solar, which I could not cast. I can only cast the 5 with my mana.
Oh wow! You needed the Urborg. You needed the Urborg.
I needed the
So
Orberg.
Richard, what do you think of this matchup now that we've reached the end of it? Any thoughts? Like, it was pretty close. I feel like Eldrazi Winter's probably better than my deck, although I do wonder if you built modern 12 post in 2024 with the modern card pool, I wonder if it would be very even more busted, because there are some like Overgrown Battlement. It's not a bad card, but boy, it's been a long time since I've seen people playing Overgrown Battlements in modern with like a straight face. So I wonder how strong this deck would be as if it was built with the modern card pool. But as it is now, I feel like I could kind of keep up, but I'm pretty sure Eldrazi Winter would win more than it loses overall in the matchup.
Yeah, I feel because I'm running essentially like 10 flex main deck hate cards, I could
Yeah.
replace them with something to hate against your deck if that was the issue. Clearly, we're fighting against Affinity and Infect or something, like that's what the main deck, but the core of the deck is the same. I wonder how we do against the broader metagame, though, because Reality Smasher dies to Solitude without the pitch. It dies to Leyline Binding. That's an ability, not a spell. This was a time where Tarmogoyf was still legit. So Thought Not Seer being a 4/4, like, it's going to be blocked by, like, literally everything in the format. So I feel against the broader metagame, maybe this deck is not as good anymore. Like, we've kind of power crept our way out of here, but your big mana deck, like Noah's beating an Emrakul or early prime time still. So I feel your deck is probably more positioned still, but I don't know. It's kinda
I,
interesting.
it's funny to see that we've kind of seen the Soul Lands come back to modern. So like Man Ugin right after, like a few months after the Pro Tour in what 2017, 2016. But we just got Ugin's Labyrinth, which is another Soul Land for the big Eldrazi decks. But those decks don't even play Reality Smasher anymore. Like the Eldrazi's are like Sowing Microspawn and Devour of Destiny. Thought Not still makes the cut in a decent amount of them. That's like usually one of the good ones. But it's pretty wild to see that even when the Eldrazi do show up again, a lot of the cards that made the Eldrazi Winter deck so dominant, the fast Mimic starts and all that stuff, they don't even see play at all anymore. So yeah, I don't know how I don't think it would be that devastating even in the current meta. Eye of Ugin is a busted card. I am still scared of that card because that would work with all the new Eldrazi they've printed too. So maybe that card in specific would be too scary, but outside of that, I don't feel like the archetype would be that dominant in current modern. Like you said, it's still got the good removal, still just gets comboed. But anyway, that's been our matchup for today. Let us know what you think about these decks. Thanks so much for watching. And if you have ideas for other matchups you'd like to see, definitely let us know in the comments because hopefully we'll do some more of these. So hopefully you enjoyed it, everyone. Have an amazing day. And this is a crew signing out.